kanak-kanak ambil alih studio TVS?
Jangan terkejut Syira kerana bersempena dengan Hari Kanak-Kanak sedunia pada 20 November, TVS dengan kerjasama UNICEF telah menganjurkan satu program khas yang diberikan nama Kids Take Over TVS, yang mana 10 pelajar terpilih dari sekitar Kuching yang meliputi kawasan MYTV dan MBKS telah diberi peluang untuk berkecimpung dalam bidang kewartawanan dan juga bidang penyiaran.
Betul, Douglas. Dan di sini mereka didedahkan dengan cara bekerja warga TVS dan juga bagaimana cara untuk menyampaikan berita, bagaimana untuk mengendalikan program sebagai pengacara dan banyak lagi aktiviti-aktiviti di belakang tabir yang akan kami dedahkan kepada mereka. Dan sebenarnya, Douglas, inisiatif ini, program sempena dengan sambutan Hari Kanak-Kanak Sedunia ini merupakan inisiatif untuk kita mengiktiraf dan meraihkan bakat serta minat generasi muda untuk berkecimpung di dalam bidang penyiaran dan media.
Dan kita juga berkesempatan untuk bersama dengan peserta itu sebentar saja tadi, dan boleh saya katakan mereka cukup hebat, amat hebat belakalah, bersama-sama berbakat, dan mereka tak perlu pun banyak panduan kerana mereka sememangnya berkebolehan besar dalam bidang ini. Dan mereka juga telah diberikan 2 task ataupun tugasan untuk disiapkan, iaitu untuk mengendalikan program Dialog TVS Plus dan juga segmen berita yang akan disiarkan di TVS.
Dan tanpa melengahkan masa, jom kami bawakan kepada anda di sebalik tabir Kids Take Over TVS.
Jom kita saksikan.
Perasaan saya sangat malu kerana saya first time dalam TV membaca skrip tu. Saya sangat malu dan confident. Itulah masalah saya. Saya tidak biasa bercakap dengan orang dan bergaul. Sebab saya diam aja dalam sekolah. Tak, macam ada juga saya bergaul dengan kawan saya. Itulah.
It's like really exciting because like I didn't know like they have this. So personally, it's like very like exciting, and although I'm very nervous, I feel it's like a great experience to try it. And I'm pretty sure not many people have this experience. So yeah, I feel that it's a really good opportunity for me to learn about these things.
The first ever Kids Take Over Media in Malaysia saw the students take on roles as news presenter, program hosts, and TV crew.配合世界儿童日，沙捞越电视台 TVS 与联合国儿童基金会合作。
Sempena Hari Kanak-Kanak Sedunia, TVS dengan kerjasama UNICEF memberi peluang kepada murid-murid daripada Majlis Kanak-Kanak Kuching merasai tugas sebagai pengamal media.
Thank you, Ashad. Baiklah, berakhirlah sudah sehari latihan bersama dengan 10 peserta yang terpilih hari ini, Douglas. Dan tak sabar rasanya untuk saya nak menyaksikan mereka merealisasikan impian untuk mengendalikan program di TVS.
Betul tu Syira, dan seperti apa yang kita saksikan sebentar saja tadi, sememangnya ada di antara mereka ini yang menunjukkan bakat semula jadi dalam bidang kewartawanan dan juga bidang penyiaran ini. So I'm not surprised kalau satu hari nanti ada di antara pelajar-pelajar ini yang mungkin akan mencari wajah-wajah baru di TVS. Dan kepada anda di luar sana, jangan lupa untuk saksikan siaran khas Kids Take Over TVS, Inspirasi Duniamu.
My name is Amy.
My name is Shazwan.
And my name is Shara Chu Ziwen.
Today, we're going to interview
Our very own Deputy Premier.
Dato Ama Dr. Sim Kui Hian.
Why did you choose to become a doctor and what do you enjoy about it?
Thank you very much for the question. I am one of those that who never have any idea what I want to be, and like many people, we don't really know what we want to be until after the exams. But some people are very good; they know what they want to be. Even from secondary school, from primary school. So I happens to be having the marks enough to get into medical school. And one of the reasons why I want to get into medical school is because my father has 6 other brothers. So I got a lot of cousins. None of them are doctors. So I want to be the first doctor in the family. And so that's how I get in. So life sometimes is a bit interesting, yeah. We get in and don't really know what we want, but I really enjoy to be a doctor. And a lot of people always ask me, like your question, why you want to be, what do you enjoy as a doctor? Doctors, one of the things about the doctor is we able to help people suffering. We able to help to save people's life. And of course, the greatest enjoyment is to cure that person and that person able to live another life. And often, after they become a doctors, right? After 6 years, 5 years, some medical school 5 years, some medical school 6 years. Then after I become doctors, I still did not know what I want to do in terms of specialist. And in fact, I actually started as an intensive care specialist, ICU, yeah. And then about 6 months before I become a specialist, my good friends and they are training in cardiologists. And so they asked me, we are good friends. Why are you in ICU? And then the rest of us in cardiologists. So I said, okay, I go and become cardiologist. And so life sometimes like that, yeah. And I was very happy to given the opportunity, to come back to Malaysia because I spent 17 years in Australia. Given the opportunity to start our heart center. Our heart center is 23 years now. Before this, we don't have a heart center, and the cardiologists they're flying from Singapore once a month. And with the heart center now, you know that heart disease is #1 in Sarawak, #1 in Malaysia. So we are able to treat many local Sarawakians who have heart disease, and they were able to be operated here locally instead of going to Kuala Lumpur. And because the heart disease, sometimes the heart attacks come around, you don't have time to wait. You cannot even have a chance to go to Kuala Lumpur. So in the process, we give them enough chance to live, and in the process, we train many young doctors. And so now you do not need to go to Singapore to train. You do not need to go to Australia to train. You can train in Kuching. And our heart center in Kuching is last year, the Newsweek said that we are top 100 heart center in Asia Pacific. So that's how important it is. So in the future, you do not know what you may not know what you want to do, but if you have opportunity to come home, you have opportunity to help Sarawak, grab that opportunity so that together we can do it much better. Medicine is a very enjoyable profession. Not a lot of money. You want to make a lot of money, you don't do medicine. It's long hours because no one is, you cannot tell the people you have a heart attack on Monday morning 8 o'clock because on Sunday night I want to sleep. There's no such thing. When it happens, whatever time, you just have to get out. You just have to go. That's why your families and everyone have to understand that's your job. So I strongly encourage more Sarawakian to do medicines because half the doctors in Sarawak are not Sarawakian. And as the aging, as we get older, we need more doctors. And I would like to see more Sarawakian coming home, more Sarawakian to become doctors from locally so that we can look after our parents, our uncle, our aunties, as well as aging society by 27, 28.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, sir. I have a question for you, and that is, what inspired you to become involved in local government?
Thanks, Amy, for the question. Uh, in our system of government, the chief minister or the premier will decide which portfolio to give it to you. And so I was very honored to be given the local government portfolio by the late Chief Minister Adnan Sateng, because people like Adnan Sateng is a historian. He is a very astute politician. Is very smart and with a lot of wisdom. And he appointed me as a local minister for local government. That is the actual title, even though I got other portfolios. And because why he appointed me, because my father started off as a politician, the first appointment also minister for local government. So he just want the history to repeat, even though my portfolio beyond local government, my portfolio at that point in time, including drainage and irrigation department, including sewage department, but the chief minister at that point in time, and he just want me to have the same title as my father, which is 30 years ago. And so that is why the leadership like Adnan, he know history, But I enjoy the local government because the local government is in Malaysia, and in particular in Sarawak, we call 3 tiers. And we got 3 tiers of government. And local government, even though it's 3rd tier, but it's the most front line. That means that meet the most people. So if you want to help people, the local government is the one that the rubbish collections the cutting grass these are affecting daily life of the people. So it has the most impact. And this one of the very reasons why for the local government, we believe that the child council, we should take the leadership, because we want children to start understanding that what the local government is doing. Once you understand the local authorities, sometimes local government, they call it local authorities. The local authorities, then from there you can always go to the next level of government. And so I really very proud of all of you. The first ever child counselors, from Sarawak, and you guys are part of what is called Sarawak nation building, so that we are from after people like, you see, my father started as a politician, then by chance I ended up in politics and doing the same portfolio as what he started. But now we are building the future generation. This is because my father passed away, at some stage I will pass away, but we need the next group of people to come, because Sarawak will continue forever, but not as us individually. And so I hope that during the child councils, you guys can be actively involved and helping Sarawak.
How can kids help make our community a better place?
I think it's important. You see, when you say a community, right? The communities belongs to everybody, from children to elderly, and so all the children are important for the Sarawak nation building, because the children you look at issues that affecting you, and rather than from our angles from the parents, right, and from the policy makers. So in order for Sarawak to be a better Sarawak, right, we need everybody contributing. So if you ask me to design children playground, I will design from our angles, right? And children may have some great ideas that we never thought of. This is what our premier always said: inclusivity. We want to include everyone, not just from the top, but also from the bottom. So because the Sarawak belongs to everyone, and if you are anak Sarawak, you can every anak Sarawak should able to contribute, because you cannot just take. Someone has to contribute, someone to contribute in order for us to take, yeah. And so the children has a very important role. If you design it well, design the programs well, it's going to be the future of Sarawak. The future of Sarawak actually start now. It's not only when later on, when you grown out, but then it's too late, yeah. Because many of the programs takes time, yeah. And I mean, like we design our educations, we design that they have the like if you go to Swinburne, you have the Australian education, but you must speak English. Yeah, I mean, if you go to Swinburne, you say, I do not know how to speak English. They will not take you in. So that means that from primary school, we need to teach people to know how to speak English. And so all these are by design, not and so all of us, we need children to contribute. Good questions, and continue to ask questions. From asking questions, then from there we can get the discussion going. We may not have the answer, but we can have the discussions. On discussion, then together we find an answer.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so Savon, what would you like to be when you grow up?
I like to be an artist, like drawings, like drawing a portrait, drawing like categories like cartoons, anime, and some things, because I want to make my parents proud and I make myself proud. And in the future, I want to go schools that called Sekolah Seni.
Very, very important, because arts as a talent, art as a creativity, that is as a soul of a nation. Yeah, because we cannot have it. I mean, we need engineers as well. We need accountants as well. We need doctors as well. We need artists as well, because we need everyone to make the country, the nation to be complete. Yeah. We will try our best to support you. We wish you all the best. And Amy, what would you like to see changes in Sarawak?
Changes in Sarawak? I would like to see that Sarawak becomes a safer place for children. Now, me personally, I went out to overseas before, and I've seen that kids in some countries, could just go to school by themselves and maybe ride bicycles, use the MRT, which according to my information is going to be built sooner or later. And yeah, I would like a safer Kuching, because recently there's a lot of cases of like kidnapping of children, which that isn't really safe. And yeah, pretty much that.
So is it not the sign, yeah?
Huh?
There's a sign language if someone kidnap you,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I think it's important. A safe city. A safe city is not just kidnapping. A safe city also including all aspects. Be it safe personal safety, be it injury safety. Be it the transportation facilities that make you safe, and so on. Also, children sometimes they walk to the school, they ride bicycle to the school. So all this you need someone to design. We can make policy. Policy means the law, but we actually need someone to help us to design. The school has to be close to the where the houses are, and if you look at Kuching, certain part of the Kuching are no young people, but they got schools like St. Joseph, St. Mary, St. Teresa, and St. Thomas. There's not a lot of houses around there. You see, all the taman are outside, yeah, and so there's a challenge, because how we need to design the city, and so as a child counselors, it's important to learn all this so that together we can contribute to it. So Cheryl, apart from now you're a child counselor, right? How would you like to see the mayor do something for you? Don't ask for bonus, huh? Joking lah. Yeah.
Talk with me.
Yeah. Now, I mean, now you're a child counselor, you always have a chance to see Mayor. Yeah, because child counselor, Mayor. What would you like to tell Mayor, or how would you like to share with Mayor what you from your perspective? Because you see, one of the most important thing for you guys, right, is you got access to see the Mayor. Not everybody have access to see the Mayor all the time. So that access, right, is a very important opportunity. Yeah. Most of the time, so that because Mayor under the council, DBKU, MBKS, right, there are resources. Resources mean got manpower resources, got financial resources, got regulatory resources, and so because you're near them all the time, right? So you got opportunity to say, oh, Mayor, Datuk Bandar, have you ever thought of this? You know, and then because otherwise, if you're not in the position as child counselor, you won't have a chance to tell. Yeah, because most of the time, until you got child counselor, you never have a rarely had a chance to shake hands with the Datuk Bandar. True or not? True. And now at least you should have shake their hands a few times already. Yeah, I mean, and so that's why opportunity, right, is around, but you must grab it. Yeah, if you don't grab it, right, you don't have the you're not able to maximize it. Yeah, and of course, Mayor and all the Datuk Bandars are all very busy because a child counselor is only one component. They are also the public component. They also running their own city councils, and then meeting out with the ministers, and then meeting out with friendship cities, you know, and so it's very busy. But child counselor is another very important opportunity, you know. Is there anything else that you want to ask me that you haven't thought of?
I would like to ask, as a child counsel, our actions are based off of opinions from children, right? Because child counsel is made to see what the children see. So and we only have 18 people in our whole entire council. And I would like to ask, in the future, would there be school visits? For example, our council, we go to St. Joseph, let's say. Okay, we go to St. Joseph, and maybe you ask some questions of the kids. What would they like to improve?
Child counsel is a platform. You know, it's a platform. Of course, you guys, 18 of you, to represent all the children in Kuching is quite challenging. But there is definitely opportunity to go and meet all the different schools and to take feedbacks. And the feedbacks not necessary just be the children's perspective, because if it happens to go to school and all those things, even the teachers, right? Sometimes they don't have the opportunity to pass a message to the Datuk Bandar, you know, and you had an opportunity. So, but because why child counselors of the council, what we want to do is to make your city, you know, my city and our city a much better city for everyone, from children to elderly, yeah, for everyone. That is how we contribute to make city of Kuching going to be a great city. That is only possible because if we do it together.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, the child counselors, you are the very, very first group. Okay, you are the very, very first group. So, don't worry about making mistakes, because in life, we make mistakes. Even your teacher make mistakes, your parents make mistakes. Otherwise, it's not human, right? So what I want you to do is you try your best, because you're the first group forever. People will remember you as the first group forever, right? In the future, there will be many, many groups, right? But people will forget. You know, just like everyone remember who is the first Prime Minister of Malaysia, Tunku Abdul Rahman. You know, but I never met him. You never met him. But we all know who is the first Prime Minister of Malaysia. The other prime minister, after a while, you don't know. You know their name, but you do not know whether it's third one, the third prime minister, the fifth prime minister, the sixth prime minister, the 10th prime minister. You don't know. So you guys is very unique. So try your best, and you will be setting history. Forever your name will be there as a first group.
That's all for today. Thank you, sir, for coming to our studio for Kids Takeover Media Day with TVS and UNICEF.
Hello,
You are now watching Dialog TVS Plus.
My name is Rebecca Ting.
And my name is Tios Lui.
Today, we are going to interview
Datuk Wee Hong Sang, Mayor of Kuching South.
first, how do you make decisions that keep us all safe?
All right, that's a good question for a start. If you know my background, I'm a textile designer. All right, I'm not a professional engineer, neither an architect, but I listen to advice. I listen to those experts that know how we're going to make the city safe. So after listening to all those, then we start to implement them. So basically, you are saying that, how are we going to keep everybody safe? First thing, we have to keep ourselves safe first, right? Whatever it is, I think there's a need to consider voices from everybody. So that's why, when after I become the mayor in 2019, I've changed the slogan into your city, my city, our city. That type of sense of belonging, to create certain things that, everyone should know that this city is not either yours or mine, but it's everybody. So to keep the cities, safe, first we will improve all those facilities that we have. We have, talking to SMA, the Sarawak Multimedia Authority, on the installation of CCTV. We also, as partners of Cisco, to increase the lighting to make it brighter. Yeah, and on the ongoing that we have dialogue with police, right? So we know what is happening. I think the most important thing is knowing what is happening in your area. And the other way is to going around. So you can see the mayor is walking around everywhere. And you also can see that, we have opened up all the communication that the people can reach out to the mayor. So on every weekend, we have Facebook Live at 1:30. Now we are doing the 244 episode. So that's how we open up. Yeah, I mean, we try to build this city, not only safe city, but a happy city for everybody. And it need everybody constructive suggestion. Yeah, because we will not be able, to be honest, we cannot cover everything, but we try to do it for everyone. All right? So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, for the next question,
Mhm.
what are some ways kids can get involved and help out in our city?
All right. I think the newly formed the Child Council. Yeah, I think this is one way. Because all this while we'll be talking about the children's our future. But why are we not getting them involved in any decision making? Gone are the days that the parents tell the kids what to do. It's time that, I'm not telling the kids should tell the parents what to do, but at least speak up their mind. Because if you believe in the concept that children are our future, why are we not getting them involved, when they are in a younger age? It should not have any limitation. If the society will depend, one day we'll get old, all right? It will depend on the younger generation to come out. So it will be a very good, should say, a training throughout this transition period, right? We still can guide you through, but you are there to make a decision, and we are there to listen. You see, so it goes for both sides. So when they reach out, I think it also need to go back. Everything start at home, yeah. From home, then you go to school. So get yourself involved. All right, you start small. Everything starts small. All right, and always believe that if you serve with your real heart, okay, even a small act can have a very big impact. So in school you can start with pick up rubbish, because you don't need to have a campaign or you have to specially arrange, but it becomes a part and parcel of your life. Then you look at somebody throw rubbish or there are rubbish around, you just pick it up. So that become part and parcel of a lifestyle. So in that sense, that's why I keep on telling people, you start small. Yeah, you don't have to do big things and doing a big awareness, and then till the end of the day, you do not have that type of sustainability. You don't sustain. It just go for once and it is over. Yeah, I think that is not what we're looking for. Of course, from time to time, we'd like to share, to listen to all of you, so that we'll see how best we can to get ourselves into your world. You see, because a lot of parents now depend. It's sad to see that so we start with small kids. Parents give them handphone, so the only accompany them is a handphone. So are we wanting this type of lifestyle in our society? Of course not. I'm sure you agree with me. So don't use too much of a handphone. Yeah?
Thank you for your answer.
Third, what advice do you have for kids who want to make a difference in our community?
You see, I think they have to speak out. Don't worry about making mistake. You learn from mistake. Yeah, a lot of people, because during our time, when the parents say, "Hey, where are you to study?" So you go and study. Nowadays, when they tell the kids, "Hey, where are you to study?" Wait, I do my things first. So it is totally a change of lifestyle. So it doesn't mean that as parents we have to adopt to it, but we have to see what is best for the kids. Give them space. This is what I always believe. Give them space. You see, when you have space, then you have allowance. Once you have allowance, everybody will feel happy. You see, I'm sure you like your parents not to interfere too much of your things, right? But of course, why they do that? Because they love you. They make sure that you will not get into the wrong direction. You see, so there's a lot of things that happen. Like what you say, cooperation is one thing. Communication is another important thing that you should be able to communicate. Whatever you have in your mind, whatever you need to share, speak out. See? So then you do not have to be isolated by yourself. Right? So for kids today, in actual fact, there are a lot of ways to put up. You see, that's why you have the child counselor. Doesn't mean that as a child counselor, these are the only people that we listen to. No, we open up slowly. From this sector, after we have the child counsel as child counselors, we will go to your individual school to share the child's right. What is their right? But of course, when giving you the right, don't abuse it lah. There is a limitation. Know our part. To work together to make this society, even better. You see, if you can feel that now we are getting better, but we must reach for the best, and it all need the child effort, right? So it's very, very important. Not only we realize it now, we realized it a long time ago, right? Because 2 years back, a teacher called me up. I don't know who they are, but they called me up and say, our school student would like to meet up with you. I said, why not? Let's listen. So they came out. To my surprise, they interviewed the neighborhood because one of the teachers fell down during a morning walk in the park. You see, so they bring out all this. They interview the residents around the area, get their feedback. They came to us, and they follow up, and they make sure that whatever they lodge the complaint is done by the council. So they have to speak out, And of course, we put things up as a constructive suggestion, If you're talking about complaint, everybody complain, all right? But when you lodge a complaint, did you come out and say, hey, I think this one is better? Because there are two ways, to make this society moving forward. is not only on complaint, but on what do you think, how we're going to resolve it. Of course, the council know how to resolve it, but it will be better that, the beneficiary itself can come up with how can we even make it even much better, more result orientated. So I think that is the way we're moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And now for our final question.
Your final question.
What is your favorite part about being the mayor?
Well, I think it all boils down to individual. How you want to be a mayor. Well, you can have a choice to sit down in office doing your paperwork, sign, and 4:30 noon you go for your lunch break. Like you go to school, all right? You still get paid with the salary by the end of the year. Okay, you still have your holidays and all that. But to me, it's quite simple. When I am entrusted with the duty to become a mayor, I want to give everything that I have to this society. I don't want to upset the person that have selected me, all right? They have appointed me, and I do not want the people to feel that, they are not, I'm not doing my part, and they do not feel better than what is in the past. Yeah, I think basically this is what it is. Of course, we always say an honor to serve. Yeah, so I think being able to serve the people is one of the things that I have been doing. I was in the Tourism Federation for 16 years, 6 years as a president, 10 years serving as a committee. At that time, we are in that tourism, so we learned what is tourism. In the actual fact, tourism have a big scope that cover everything. Yeah, then I was in DBKU as an Ali Dewan for 7 years. So you can actually see that I spent almost half of my life in what so-called serving the community. And I have no regret, because not only that, I'll be able to, advise people how we should work together, but I also learn from the people. From there, you learn along the way to see how we should put the things right for the people and make sure that, you must always engage them. In the past, when we put a project, we say, okay, let's have this project. But the beneficiary will never know what are you going to implement. So there's always from time to time the argument, the accusation and all that. So now what we are doing is totally a change. Yeah, once we got a project, we put it out, we get a community engagement. That's very important because you are the beneficiary. Like what we are talking about, the future is yours. So we should get you to get involved and say, look, this is what we're going to do. What is your opinion? Then after we have constructed it, we have completed it, that is up, is to your opinion. And it is for those people who benefited from this project. So this is one part that, we always like to have. And of course, meeting up with, people, because when we walk around, turun padan, we call it, yeah? Like I said, we make sure that everyone can contact the council, all right? I always use that phrase that without you people, you don't need a mayor, all right? So if I'm the mayor, I'm part and parcel of you. I belong to all of you, okay? So we make sure that you'll be able to contact us. You don't have to go through all the protocol and all that. We make ourselves available everywhere. Weekend, on Saturday, we have mobile services. You can find out in all the markets and all that. Yeah, and of course, our Facebook Live, everybody can come in. You can just post whatever you want me to know. So meaning that communication, no problem. So that's why I said, this is why we're talking about 3C, yeah? Communication, cooperation, and carry on with their duties. So these three must follow. So once this is done, then I'm sure the people will have that type of sense of belonging. You belong to this place. Say, hey, let's do it together as a proud Sarawakian for Sarawak. All right. Now, I have to congratulate both of you to become members of a child council. Now, I think as a child council members, all right, I will ask you first. Okay, how do you actually feel about the Children's Day? Every year you have a Children's Day. So what do you think about it?
I feel that it's very important for everyone on this planet. It doesn't just have to be children. It's a time for parents to finally listen to their children's voices, where you can say what you have on your mind and not be judged for on Children's Day.
Correct. So it's not just a Children's Day per se as Children's Day, but I'm sure a lot of people were told that it's just another day. So it's not just another day, right? It's a day that I will put it as is more an awareness. Yeah, it's an awareness that people should realize that children nowadays are different. You can have a lot of different type of event and all that, but why we have Children's Day? So that is one thing that we need to spread to other people. Yeah, I think for our gentlemen here, right? So how do you think that now we are on TV Sarawak, yeah? So how do you think that the children can take over the media?
You mean like, how do you feel about it?
Yes.
Personally, I feel that it's a really good opportunity for us because usually all the grown-ups are like, you are still too young, right? You cannot do stuff. Like you don't know how to do stuff, right? Like we are very childish. So I think Children's Day and we can take over the media, we actually get a chance to speak up and speak about our opinions. And it's a day where grown-ups and children are on the same level, So we are not judged as lower people, like lower beings, like lower beings. Yeah, so I feel it's an important day for us because we get to speak up and we are judged as an equal by grown-ups.
So what are the other things that you'd like to take over? Other than the media, we'll see how many people will
We can
lose
take
their
over
job.
sports.
Sport.
I like sports.
So which sport are you engaging in?
I like all sports. Basketball, badminton, football. As long as it's a sport I
so
like
you're
it.
multitasked.
Yeah.
Are you think, personally, do you think that it would be good if you can focus in a few good ones and be really good at it, rather than you have all the things in one basket?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So which one will you select?
Probably badminton.
Badminton?
Yeah.
I see. So because you've been watching a lot of a tournament on badminton rather than the other basketball and all that.
I also watch basketball.
Really?
I watch all sports. As long as it's a sport, I like it.
So because you see, as far as we're concerned, sport is one thing that you need teamwork. So that is what actually, the council or local government like to see. Teamwork is important. Growing up together, because if not, then you only have too much on your own self-interest rather than, you have covered everybody. All right?
Hai, Anda sekarang menonton Dialog TVS Plus.
Saya Syazwan.
Saya Syasha. Hari ini, kami akan menemu bual Encik Ruzaimah Malik, Timbalan Pengarah Jabatan Khidmat Masyarakat
Dari Dewan Bandaraya Kuching Utara DBKU. Terima kasih kerana sudi hadir bersama kami. Apakah peranan Tuan dalam Majlis Bandaraya?
Terima kasih Syazwan, Syasha. Seperti nama jawatan saya iaitu Timbalan Pengarah Perkhidmatan Masyarakat. So sememangnya tugas saya adalah untuk merancang dan juga melaksanakan program-program yang boleh memberi pembangunan kepada masyarakat. Ini termasuklah mengadakan majlis-majlis seperti majlis sosial, majlis seni dan juga warisan. Kita juga di DBKU ada satu platform yang dipanggil Kejiranan Mesra. So Kejiranan Mesra merupakan satu inisiatif DBKU untuk to empower ataupun memperkasakan penduduk setempat untuk merancang dan juga melaksanakan program-program mereka sendiri yang sesuai dengan kawasan kejiranan masing-masing. So itu adalah antara lain tugas-tugas saya di DBKU.
Soalan seterusnya, Pada pendapat Tuan, bagaimanakah kanak-kanak boleh melibatkan diri dalam membantu untuk meningkatkan mutu bandar kita?
Okey, soalan yang sangat baik, Syasa. So, bagi saya, pertama sekali kanak-kanak tu bagaimana dia hendak menjadikan dirinya sendiri agar melibatkan diri dalam program-program membangunkan bandaraya. Pertama sekali, refrain ataupun mengelakkan daripada melakukan perkara-perkara yang boleh memburukkan ataupun mencacatkan bandaraya. Contohnya, menjaga kebersihan. Jadi kita sebagai warga bandaraya pertama sekali ni janganlah membuat kotoran, jangan membuang sampah merata-rata. Keduanya, kita ada banyak program di BKU merancang dan melaksanakan berbagai program, khususnya program yang berbentuk penjagaan alam sekitar. Contohnya program-program kita semula dan sebagainya. Jadi kita ada juga mengadakan program-program tersebut di sekolah-sekolah. So, kanak-kanak selaku pelajar bolehlah melibatkan diri dalam program-program tersebut. Sebagai contoh, ada masanya sekolah akan mengadakan pertandingan mengumpul bahan kita semula. Jadi, kanak-kanak bawalah apa bahan kita semula tu ke sekolah untuk mintai pertandingan tersebut. Dan banyak lagi perkara yang sebagai kanak-kanak boleh menjayakan program-program yang dianjurkan oleh Dewan Bandaraya Kuching Utara.
Untuk soalan yang terakhir, apakah nasihat Tuan untuk kanak-kanak yang ingin membuat perubahan dalam komuniti kita?
Okey, itu soalan yang begitu baik. Saya memang tunggu untuk adik tanya saya soalan itu. So, pertama sekali ini daripada pemerhatian saya. Pertama sekali, kanak-kanak hendaklah menjadi aktif secara fizikal. Jangan terlalu bukan membuang masa lah, menghabiskan masa dengan gadget. Itu yang saya perhati kanak-kanak sekarang ni. So, apabila kita menjadi seorang yang aktif secara fizikal, kita akan menjadi lebih sihat. Begitu juga kita lebih bersosial, iaitu bercampur dengan kawan-kawan. So, ini adalah satu perkara yang baik. So, dengan tubuh badan yang sihat dan juga networking yang luas, ramai kawan, kita akan dapat informasi ataupun berita-berita yang lebih banyak. Dan begitu juga kita dapat melibatkan diri dalam pelbagai acara ataupun program yang dianjurkan oleh khususnya Dewan Bandaraya Kuching Utara. Ini melalui informasi yang kita dapati daripada apabila kita bersosial. Tapi kalau kita duduk di rumah main gadget saja, so kita tidak terbuka kepada dunia luar. Itulah pandangan saya lah. Giliran saya pula. Saya nak tanya soalan. So saya akan tanya seorang satu soalan. So pertama sekali kepada Syasha. So sekarang Syasha ni telah menjadi ahli Child Council di BKU. So apakah yang mendorong ataupun yang memberi inspirasi kepada Syasha untuk menyahut cabaran ini sebagai ahli Child Council di BKU?
Untuk saya, sejujurnya saya mendapat inspirasi daripada kawan-kawan saya dengan pengaruh media sosial lah. Sebab dekat sekolah, selalunya kebanyakan kawan-kawan saya akan macam menceritakan kepada saya tentang masalah yang dihadapi oleh mereka terhadap persekitaran, contohnya daripada keluarga ataupun academic pressure. So, apabila di BKU mempromosikan tentang Child Council ini dan menyatakan bahawa kami dapat melibatkan diri sebagai kanak-kanak untuk menyuarakan pendapat kami serta idea kami untuk membantu dalam membangunkan bandar ini, dan mereka dapat mendengar dari perspektif kami sebagai kanak-kanak. Jadi itu telah menarik perhatian saya dan juga menarik minat saya untuk menyertai Child Council lah.
Oh, satu jawapan yang begitu tepat sekali lah.
Yeah.
So, terima kasih Syasha. So, untuk Syazwan pula lah. Syazwan ni penduduk kawasan Kuching Utara kan. So, saya ada satu soalan. Apakah kita pun vision lah ataupun wawasan untuk Kuching? So, Bandar Kuching tu kita inginkan Bandar Kuching tu jadi macam mana?
Saya ingin untuk pandai kucing ayah untuk lebih selamat untuk kanak-kanak. Seperti macam hal ini disebabkan macam banyak kes-kes yang telah berlaku sekarang yang macam menangkap
Jenayah, macam jenayah.
jenayah. Saya selalu tengok dalam TV, selalu keluar hal-hal dengan kes-kes tersebut yang selalu terkeluar. So imagine saya nak mau bandar itu lebih selamat untuk kanak-kanak dan warga negara Malaysia.
Alhamdulillah, itu satu pengharapan yang begitu baik dan begitu murnilah. So sama-samalah kita doakan agar impian Syazwan dan juga Syah tercapailah. Itu saja, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Tuan kerana sudi hadir ke studio kami untuk acara Kids Take Over Media with TVS and UNICEF. Saya Syasha.
Saya Syazwan.
Dan saya Ruzaimi Malik.
Bye.
Bye.